fourth place got a little squirrely there for a moment.
Boy, Chase Berry just moved up into the top 3 and kind of doored his brother.
So Jones and Adam still battling there. Yeah, the Berry boys. Boy, that is going to be a battle, Scott. You're right. Brody Glaze into that 5th spot, and then Dexter Warren back there in 6th. Brixton Wirt, Kyle Collinsworth, Samuel Gibbs.
Look at this race for the top 4, man. Now, while the race is actually going on, Megan, did you get a lot of spotter chatter, or pretty much left you alone and only talk during Comp Yellow?
Oh, no, my dad talks a lot.
In that family, no way.
Yeah, he's always talking, always, telling me. I don't like necessarily what's going on behind me, but it's usually telling me how many car lengths I'm clear behind me, or, if I pressure, if someone's going to try diving down on the bottom, just to watch my inside line, stuff like that. He always has something to say. All good things, though.
Yeah, that was a backstroke right there. So Truly Adams still running up front, but a big-time pressure from Travis Jones the last 2 laps. Maybe a little bit of bumper leading going on, but Travis Jones goes the outside. He'll lose 2 spots. And now the Berry boys move up to 2nd and 3rd. 6 laps remaining this time by. 6 laps remaining. Chase Berry up into the top spot. Truly Adams falls back to 2nd. Bumper to bumper to bumper right now. 1st through 4th. So equal. This has got to be frustrating for a driver where you're almost the same equal speed as the other 3 cars, and you just, what do you do?
Yeah, these cars are tricky to pass in too because they're all momentum cars. So anytime you scrub speed, he's just super light on the wheel in these cars, and just.
Yeah, Travis Jones just did a great move. As you were talking about momentum and scraping speed, he just turned that final corner just the right way and overtook Luke Berry.
Yeah, my dad used to always put me in the car and make me turn the wheel, and then he'd try to push the car forward, make me push the car forward, and you couldn't push it forward because when you turn the wheel, it's like putting on the brakes.
Yeah, exactly. Good call. Yeah, that's a great lesson.
Yeah, it taught me fast.
So you don't want to have too sharp of a turn. You got to be like real smooth, roll the corners.
Exactly, yeah.
So the competition yellow is out on lap 5, and Gary Lane is out there in that Ford Ranger Pace truck, has collected the field. Top 5, Brody Glaze in that 5th spot, Travis Jones, Luke Berry in 4th and 3rd, Chase Berry 2nd, and Truly Adams back up front. The Mini Mullet has fallen back to 7th, was running up, I believe, at one point into the 5th spot, having started 10th. So what do you do to kind of like psych yourself up for your race?
Me, I get very calm. I kind of like to be alone before my race and just like get in my own headspace.
Do you listen to music at all, or?
No, I don't.
No? Just quiet.
Just quiet. Just close my eyes.
Green flag is coming out, and we're underway into turn 1. We got a car stopped in just the exit of turn 1. Is it moving? Boy, the top 4 are glued together once again. Truly Adams having a good run right now, but just buried with Chase Berry in his rearview mirror. Be 3 laps remaining this time by 3 laps.
So Travis Jones splitting the twins up there in third. Chase Berry running second. Truly Adams still up on the top position here.
Boy, a lot of moving around for position in the top 5 this race. A lot. I think this is the 3rd different time that Truly Adams has the point. For a while there, Chase Berry had it, then running second, then Luke Berry's up into 3rd. Travis Jones, I think, had the lead at one point. Man, a little bit of contact, some bumper rubbing going on as they head into the final turn. There'll be 2 laps remaining. Truly Adams and Chase Berry. Berry really leaning on that back bumper of Adams.
Man, those 4 drivers, Scott, are so close together. You can see Luke Berry back there trying to see if we can see some daylight around Travis.
Tough break for our buddy from Australia, Dexter Warren, the mini mullet. Looks like he's out of the race. That was him and his car that got turned sideways, 2 laps ago. He looks like he's done for the day. Man, look at just riding that bumper between Travis Jones and Luke Berry. Luke Berry really pushing around as there's going to be, I believe, 2 laps. No, white flag is out this time by white flag. So, you think about once your racing days are done, you might go in the broadcast booth? Man, I don't know, Dave. This is another one of those races where the cars are so evenly matched that it's going to take something fairly aggressive to make a pass. And it looks like we might be seeing it right here. 1 turn remaining. First, second, and third. You can see the pushing on the back bumper of our leader. Chase Berry trying to find a way around. And coming out of the final turn down the front straightaway, taking the win, will be Truly Adams. Chase Berry was second, Travis Jones third, Luke Berry fourth. Top 5, Brody Glaze, Brixton Wirt will finish in that 6th spot. Coming around will also be Drew Salgado, Kylie Collinsworth, Samuel Gibbs. And that'll take care of the AM Ortega Junior 1 car race here this morning. As we get ready now for the mini stocks main coming up next. But in the meantime, we'll send Dave Arnold down to the podium one more time to talk to our top 3 finishers. Now, Megan, when you walk the pits, do you kind of like eyeball what's going on in the pro side of things and kind of seeing what they're doing and how the drivers or crews are preparing themselves for their race? I mean, I remember back in the day watching Bryce Menzies and hanging out in there, or Ricky Johnson. Hell, I was around since when Jimmy Johnson drove off-road.
Yeah.
And they all kind of do this. Those guys did like the same thing. They had an exercise bike inside the trailer or off to the side where no one could really pay attention to them, or everybody really saw it. And for about a half hour to 20 minutes, they would jump on that exercise bike and just pedal like crazy right before they got in the race truck. And their heart was pumping. They've got the blood flowing, the whole 9 yards, and they go right from that bike, put their fire suits and everything on and jump in and go. And I've never really, I didn't say I didn't understand it, but it's like you just kind of like took a little bit of that energy and that, what's the word I'm looking for? Not enthusiasm, but yeah, adrenaline, and kind of sucked that away a little bit before the race. But they're pro drivers. I was just walking by as an announcer. What the heck do I know?
That's funny, yeah. I'm all about cooling down before a race.
It looks like Matt Avalos has checked in again. He hopes everybody is back again next year. And Matt, I have a funny feeling I can say that there's going to be everybody back next year, plus then some, because I think there's definitely a growth spurt that we're going to see in the Great American Shortcourse Series. And any chance of, I'm looking at you again, Megan, any chance of you probably maybe running 2 classes again? I mean, being in the production 1000, there's definitely a chance to be another UTV class.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure,
Well, I got to tell you this. Now, go to the NASCAR channel and listen to different interviews and the drivers and those different radio shows and podcasts. Every driver says the same thing. Yeah, that's how they start their answer. Yeah, and it's like, you got that, you got it down. So you're definitely a driver. There's no doubt about it. So it looks like Dave's down there at the podium, kind of hiding in the shade while he can. Sun is definitely bright today, not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, there is no hiding from the sun here today, really. Got to keep moving because that sun, for some reason, keeps on moving positions. I don't know why.
Has nothing to do with Earth's rotation. No. Nothing.
Do we go around the sun, or does the sun rotate around me? All right, we're going to go ahead and bring Truly Adams, Chase Berry, and Travis Jones up here and talk to Travis about his championship. Well, here they are, Travis Jones, Chase Berry, and Truly Adams up on top of the box here, but I'm going to talk to this man who knew he had to be third or better to wrap this championship up. Well, you delivered. You are the champion unofficial right now. They'll get that official word, but boy, a lot of pressure you're feeling out there, I bet.
Yeah, I had a lot of pressure when I was waiting. I was like, why do I want to go away? I was just hoping that I would at least get third.
Well, I saw that with Chase, and then you got shuffled back to fourth for a little bit. Then the Berry boys, they got in front of you. Then you were able to get by one. Then Chase, wasn't able to get by him, but you retained third place. So that was a good job.
Yeah.
Well, who'd you like to thank for this?
I'd like to thank my family, my friends that came out to support me, and all my sponsors, Concept Powder Coating, G&J, Concept Powder, SoCal Bolts, Stones Fabrication, and everybody I missed.
Good up this young man. Third place, but our champion here, Travis Jones. Going to move it on over here to Chase Berry, who was... one more?
Also, this car's for sale.
Okay. Championship car for sale. Can't beat that. 2 of them. There you go. 3 of them. There you go. Where do I hear 4? Do I hear 4? Man, Chase, this was a rough one. I know you were just a couple points back in the championship, and you were battling with Travis, and you needed to get a couple cars in between you. I know it was a little frustrating, but great way to finish the year out. Second in points and second in the race.
Yeah, definitely.
So talk about this. I know you and your brother were able to get up there, and you were sitting second and third, which was good, and then some craziness happened.
Yeah.
So what was going through your mind?
Because I had to talk with my grandma, she said, don't worry what's behind you and worry about what's in front of you. And I was just trying to focus on cheerlead the whole time.
Well, that's a good advice, I'd say. Grandmas do some good advice every once in a while, right?
Sometimes.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Who'd you like to thank, buddy?
I would like to thank my mom, my dad, Mark, Straight Edge, the boat guy, Todd, and MBRC Construction, Sparko, and that's it.
Give it up for this young man here, second in points here, Chase Berry. Second in the race also. I'm going to move this young man a little deeper in points. The first place didn't hurt, but I think it was pretty much I want to go out the year on top, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, third, you weren't going to settle for that third from earlier. And I said, I got to climb that podium a little higher.
Yeah, I just wanted the chocolate milk.
So what was the pressure like?
The only thing, the pressure was like in the air when he hit me. I was like, oh, Jesus, I'm going to flip.
But it didn't happen. It almost did, but it didn't, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. You won the race, and I think you got some people to thank for it.
G Brothers, BMD Racing, my dad, my mom, Peters and Keats, and Piston Bones, and that's most of it.
Give it up for this young man right there. Truly Adams on top of the box here today, but again, Travis Jones, Chase Berry, and Truly Adams standing tall on top of the box. Again, congratulations to Travis on the championship, and I'm going to throw it back up to you, Scott, in the booth.
Thanks a lot, Dave, and yeah, definitely congratulations to our top 3 finishers and also Travis on that championship. Something you can never have taken away from you, and when the time comes that you might get that GBC, all right, and you're at the banquet and you get up to the podium to collect that championship trophy, I'll never forget Ricky Johnson when he won his first Pro 2 championship back in the core days, and he said, go ahead, and he was told by somebody very famous way back, and he goes, when you win, championships don't come along very, very often, and when they do, and you're the champion, you take all the damn time you want at the podium, and you say whatever the hell you damn want. So you remember that if that time comes for you. And yeah, there's our points leaders going into the Junior 1, and I believe that's the final points tally right there. Travis Jones with 398, Chase Berry 396, Luke Berry with 371. So there's our points championship contenders, or I should say winners. Travis Jones at the top spot. Now, Megan, I'm going to let you go. Get ready for your race this afternoon. And before I let you go, I want to ask you one more time. What are the plans? What are you looking forward to in 2022?
I'm looking forward to racing gas next year, and maybe GBC, and who knows what else is in store. So.
Yeah. Once again, I saw a little sparkle in that eye. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck this afternoon, and good luck at GBC with that championship chase.
Thank you.
All right. That's Megan Mitchell. She'll be out here in Production 1000 later this afternoon chasing a race win. It's kind of cool to always have a driver come up here, and especially when the young ones come up here and aren't afraid to I don't know what you're saying, Mom, but she wasn't nervous or scared whatsoever. So when you were telling me that last night, I'm like, is this the same daughter she was telling me about? That because they're way different. But best of luck this afternoon, Megan. Nice job. Getting ready now for the mini stocks, Open V8 and Ultra 4, which basically is going to be, I think, there's going to be 3 mini stocks, and Kip Michaels will be coming out here. Kip Mickles will be coming out here in his Pro 4. I believe this will be the last time he'll be driving that truck, as it is for sale. In 2022, he will be concentrating on his Pro 2. So here's our points chase right now in mini stocks, with Anthony Scuzzi leading that points chase with a 377, Jaden Wardrop with 357, and Aubrey with 326. So our lineup is on the front row. Pole will be Anthony in the 36, 98, Jaden Wardrop and outside of him, and then the inside row 2 will be Aubrey Wardrop with the 99. And yesterday during the race, they had Kip Mickles start up front, as we're talking 2 completely different animals out there. So it looks like, are they going to do it again today? Looks like it, yep. Is that the former Bryce Menzies Pro 4, I believe? Eric Behrens? I see that profile, yep. There it is. Next race, race 6, the final one of the morning session, will be limited buggy coming up next. Once again, I want to thank everybody and welcome everyone back at home watching us on the live stream. Thank you for joining us this morning for the first session of main events this morning. We'll be taking a break after the limited buggies to do about 45 minutes to an hour worth of track prep for this afternoon's finals. So once again, that Pro 4 sitting up front of Mickles is for sale. Pretty stout piece of machinery, no doubt about that. Green flag is out there underway. And there goes a fender.
All right, look at Kip go. Anthony Chusey, Wardrop, Jaden, and Aubrey. Once again, Scott having flashbacks of the old 7S trucks there, the mini stocks. Really a good track for them. Not really big jumps. They do have a big gap for the rally cars coming. I was hoping they were going to go for that, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no. No, I just kind of reminisce, like you say, reminisce a little bit. I see remember some of the drivers that ran this class and basically started their, they race in the buggy classes early in their career and then moved into the 7S, and this would be their first truck class. Would be the likes of Johnny Greaves, Jeff Kincaid, Art Schmidt.
Rob Mack run the 7S?
Scott Taylor was in the 7S.
Yeah, Scott Taylor.
I don't know if Rob may have in the desert, but I don't know.
I know he raced buggy in Shortcourse and then moved up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still in existence, but in the rule book, in the core rule book, at one point there was the Rob Mack rule. Yeah. Yep. There was no voting on that. There was no driver or crew discussion, no competition structure. It was just Jim Baldwin, Rob Mack rule. That was quite the day.
Well, Kip Michael's out there. Michael's out there in the top position in the open V8s. Anthony Chusey out there in the 36. Now is that Aubrey? 98. It's Jaden in the 99. Is Aubrey in the 99? There we go.
Kyle O'Duke started in the 7S. Deegan started in the 7S. Oh, he hated that race. He hated that truck. I remember that.
He said his personal truck was better, I think.
Probably. I mean, and I think Kurt Leduc set that thing up way stiff to begin with on purpose, just so Brian couldn't drive it fast.
So it would thrash it?
So it was like, it had rocks shocks and rocks wheels, and it just was super, super stiff.
It's like jumping off a 7-story building when you only jump 3 feet.
Or falling off a 14-foot ladder, yeah.
In your face. It's only 14 feet, Scott, come on. Chusey goes by one more time. Jaden Wardrop and Aubrey Wardrop. Here comes Kip, trying to catch back up, lap the field here in that old Menzies Pro 4.
Actually, I kind of checked into that. That wasn't Menzies. It was.
Then he told me it was Menzies. Maybe he bought his Pro 2. Maybe that's what it was. He bought a Pro 2 and a Pro 4.
Somebody won the lottery.
So whose was it that wasn't Menzies? Maybe it was the Pro 2 that he bought. It was that was the 4.
Big Toyota.
No, he had a couple of Pro 4s out there.
And the Think Toyota.
Toyota? As in Greaves Toyota? Or?
No. Lucas Oil Toyota.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. He had more than his share of fires. So the comp will be coming out next time by. They'll be getting ready to take lap number 6.
Maybe it was the Pro 2 we bought from Menzies. He bought 2 trucks. He brought the Pro 4 and the Pro 2, and he stepped it up.
Man, I can't imagine being in a mini stock and all of a sudden you hear this Pro 4 coming and then goes by and then just roosts the hell out of you. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Well, you can watch it go by.
Remember back in the soda days, I pre-ran with my sister. Went back when it was 2-seaters, they allowed it. And she was out there with Taylor and Walker Evans and all that. And she was actually dicking around with Walker Evans during the practice laps. And Walker, at one point, just like pulled in front of her and started fishtailing and just roosted the living hell out of us. And it felt like someone took like 5-gallon buckets of mud and threw it at your chest.
Oh.
And at that point, I punched my sister and told her to slow the hell down. So Gary Lane's out there in the pace truck once again. Has the field collected. With Mickles right behind him. You do know that you're standing right next to the live stream, YouTube. I am loving having the perfects right next to me. It's like Desi and Lucy Arnaz here bickering back and forth.
Kind of cool.
So Lee kind of starts to get amped up, and all of a sudden, Lee starts losing his mind a little bit, and Poppy jumps in and calm down. Everything's fine. So we're going back to green flag for the second half with 5 laps remaining this time by. Whoop, somebody stumped the cylinder.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Whoa. Kind of picked up where yesterday left off, it sounds like, but nobody's smoking yet.
Yeah, some of that motor may have taken a little damage from yesterday and just kind of burp out.
Maybe they did an engine swap last night and dropped it, with a Kubota motor in it or something.
And there it is, off the track, 99, Aubrey Wardrop.
And it is for sale.
And it is for sale. Just got a little cheaper.
Called Bring Your Trailer. Now Jaden is making a race out of it.
Well, I can hear that Pro 4 just screaming around the track.
And we'll be hearing a little bit of that kind of noise later on this afternoon, the final race of the weekend, final race of the year in Pro 2. Tell you, Jaden Wardrop is on the throttle a little bit. He's bouncing that truck all over the place. I want to say, are these things allowed 1 shock per corner? Is that one of the rules?
Yes.
1 shock?
So.
It kind of looks that way, the way they're bouncing off the jumps. Oh, man.
Well,
So white flag should be coming up this time around, and Jaden over-rotates a little bit. It was just inside of Anthony.
there's only 20 points to just separating them in the championship there. So basically, they finish that way. It's going to be the championship that way. looks like we're going to have one more race, and then we're going to do our break.
So about a lap or so ago, it looked like Jaden was right in the back bumper trying to make a race of this. Now it's falling back about 2-3 car lengths.
Here comes Anthony Chusey. He's going to see that white flag. 1 lap to go. Jaden Wardrop going to be right behind him there. Michael's leading his class, of course. And, unfortunately, Aubrey pulled off the track. Sounded like motor issues.
Yep, the old John Deere was barely making her off the track.
Sounded like a hit-and-miss motor.
Anthony still has somewhat of a comfortable lead going into 2 turns remaining. You know there's a championship out there, but you're also going you don't have a shot at it, but you're definitely going to try for the race win. And for a little while there, it looked like Jaden had a shot at it. That ship has sailed going in as they go into the final turn down the front straightaway. Anthony's got the point, about 10-12 car lengths over Jaden, and here they come with the checkered flag. Our first mini stock champion.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Jaden will finish second. Kip Mickles had a little bit of fun this afternoon. And that'll take care of our mini stock Open V8 race here this morning. Getting ready now for our last race in the first session here today. It is the Limited Buggy A-Main coming up in just a moment.
Quality work that comes from the safety on our job sites. The teamwork that makes it happen from employees that are guided by integrity. And making the commitment that we are proud of at Stronghold Engineering. Our values have been instrumental in our success and ability to build or facilitate anything imaginable. Stronghold Engineering, building construction excellence since 1991.
All right, we got the Open V8. Danica Michaels one more time and taking the win. And kind of the swan song, the last ride for the Pro 4 out here, and concentration on the Pro 2 next year, right?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be like. But it was fun today. I was like, well, this is cool. Feel better today. Everything's working good. So, but yeah, I can't do both. So Pro 2 will be my choice.
Do you like coming up on these mini stocks, rev your engine a little bit, and hey, hello, wake up?
Yeah, it's always challenging to get by anybody. So it's good practice, and race them clean because they're racing for a championship as well. So yeah, it was a good time.
Well, I know you guys will be able to thank for being here today.
Yeah, I got to thank the Faralotta family, Jeff and his family for coming out and helping. Brian on the Pro 4 Maximum, Just Racing Motors in Vegas, PCI, Sunoco, Lucas Oil. What do we got on there? CarTech. I need some prize, CarTech. So, anyways, K&N Filters. Didn't have the right stickers, so I don't think I'm getting anything there. But Sparco, it was a good time. Appreciate it.
All right, there it is. Kim Michaels, everybody, congratulations to you in the Open V8, the championship there. So we're going to go ahead and let them get some pictures there, and then we'll bring up the mini stocks. Bring up Anthony Chuzzi, our champion, Jaden and Aubrey Wardrop. Man. Boom goes the dynamite. All right, here they are, the mini stocks, Aubrey Wardrop, Jaden Wardrop, and Anthony Chuzzi. You're going to come talk to Aubrey, and, well, it looks like your AAA was paid up there for that tow, and a little damage from yesterday affect you today, you think?
I don't think it was damage from yesterday. It could have been, and we just didn't know about it. I felt like the truck was running great, and then all of a sudden I didn't have any power. I heard it sputtering out the back. I'm really disappointed, though, because I was actually running up with them this time, and I wasn't struggling. So it's just a bummer that I didn't get to finish the race completely.
Well, you got in here. You're third overall, third in the championship, so that's got to feel good.
Yeah, that feels good. It's better when you do it on your own, though, and not being last and considered third. But, I mean, it was still fun either way. I'm glad I got to go out on the track. I had a great time.
Well, congratulations. You got some people to thank, Aubrey?
My mom, my dad, Piston Pete's Brewery and Distillery, Offered Like a Girl, Pretty Dirty Clothing, and ADS Shocks.
Aubrey Wardrop, everybody, third place. Going to move it on over here to Jaden. Keep on forgetting those trophies are on my way here. Moving on here, Jaden. Well, you made it on your own power. Car looks like it was good, and you were running up there. And I mean, I saw you and Aubrey battling for a little bit, and you guys were right on Anthony.
Yeah, I try to get up there with Anthony every race. This race, not so much. I had a little bit of an overheating problem again.
Well, that's a bummer. So did you have any water left in the radiator from yesterday?
No, actually the radiator hose to the engine came off.
Oh, that's why there was all that steam.
Yeah, but surprisingly it didn't overheat yesterday when that happened. It was perfectly fine.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I know you got some people to thank for being here.
I'd like to thank my dad, my girlfriend for coming out, my mom, my little sister, my sister, and Piston Pete's Brewery and ADS Shocks.
Give it up for Jaden Wardrop, everybody. Second place. How about a $250 gift card to K&N there? Congratulations to Anthony Chuzzi. Not only the win, but the championship, so you got to be feeling good.
Oh, man, I'm ecstatic right now. I'm kind of at a loss of words. It's been a rough year. These trucks are not, they're not the most expensive to take care of, but when you got to put work in it, you're in there 3 weeks in the garage, trying to get the rear end dialed in, transmission, engine, everything. Just to come out here and 3 laps in, it's back to where it was 3 weeks ago. And so, that being said, we got to buckle up and get ready for next season. I have a feeling a few new faces are going to be showing up, so we got to show them what this is about. And I got to thank my mom, my dad, my wife, Oliver for being the #1 spotter all year. I mean, he was just on the rails with it, telling me everything, when, where, and how. For my family that came out yesterday, and of course, once again, my wife for always taking care of the babies for me right when I say, hey, babe, I need to go in the garage and give me 3 more hours. So, I love everyone, and see you guys next year.
bring to us and all of the love.
I don't know if you can see my cell phone, but it's rather ironic that this time all of a sudden this guy pops on. John Fitzgerald is now watching us. Was that Iowa, Kansas? Where the hell is he from? I don't know. I can't. Someplace in the deep Midwest. But getting ready now once again for the limited buggies, 1600 desert buggies, 2 classes, 1 race. You'll be able to see definitely the difference in the cars. And now this is where you can come into play and kind of help us out. We can see visually the difference in the two. One's the 1600s are, I should say, the limited buggies are specifically driven or built for short course, where the 1600 desert cars, you can kind of do both.
Yeah, I got my start in the 1600 class, actually. Me and my brother pulled our desert car out and decided to have fun. And it was actually ironic. The year I started, your pole sitter, Kyle Knott, started with us in the same situation. So seeing him being so dominant this weekend is a good deal. As far as the differences between the car, you get a longer wheelbase in the 1600 car. For the rougher stuff in the desert, you want that length. So usually those do better in that. If the course gets chopped up, we might see them put down some fast laps. The limited buggies themselves, though, are a lot narrower, and they get a little bit more power, so they're usually a little bit more built for this stuff.
Well, we're going into the last race of the year, obviously, and here's our points leaders in the limited buggy division. Kyle Knott with a 376, Evan Bradford 347. Yeah, that happens every single round of racing, just so you know. I don't know if you're up here for the introductions, but every time you mention Evan Bradford, the women lose their shit.
Yeah, the Bradford family go way back. Ever since they jumped into the class, Evan's developed immensely, so he gets a lot of love from his family out here.
So, and then in third place right now, Shane Prescott with 314, but it pretty much looks like Kyle has it locked up. I'm not sure what he has to finish to clinch it, but here's also our points leaders in the 1600 desert cars. And, yeah, it's about the same. Carson Smith, 383. Now, does he not look like Spicoli or what?
Yeah, Carson's another one of those fast guys who's cutting his teeth, but, yeah, he definitely brings a beach vibe to the racing scene.
So we're getting ready to take the green flag as the wind is picking up once again just a little bit. Let's see, we got the limited. I'm sorry, the limited buggies.
Yeah,
starting up front with the desert cars in the back. So
your starting order would be Kyle Knott on the pole, Evan Bradford starting outside row 1. Behind him is Gunner's dad, LJ Kennedy. They're selling the car after this weekend, so LJ's giving it a final hurrah. He's another one of those dudes he's raced forever, so these guys, they're pretty lucky to be on the grid with him. Shane Prescott being next to him, running third in points right now, and Travis Howard and Darren Sefton. Everybody, they're all looking to win.
Very competitive class, too. And then we got the desert cars, which are Carson Smith in the 1619, Kevin Street in the 1601, and Joe Whiteley in the 1663. Green flag is out. We're underway. Now, this, I always call this the IROC of off-road because the cars look fairly similar. I'm talking about the short course cars, but so equal, so evenly matched.
Yeah, I mean, if you strip every car down out there, they're fundamentally the same, just different looking top ends on them. So it all comes down to a little bit of valving, but these aren't as set up as dependent as a pro buggy or a pro light would be. Well, a lot of these can be corrected with just driver error. So usually the smoothest driver, the guy who rounds his corners out and maximizes as much of the engine as he can, is the guy who's going to be on top. Right now, it looks like Kyle is that guy to beat.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they spread out so fast on lap number 1. The big gaps, but there's some sort of I don't know what you would call it, dynamic out there that there's always that you guys always separate, and there'll be 10, 12 cars between each one of you. Then somehow right before I'd say 2 laps to go in the race, somehow you always group back up again, and I have never been able to figure out how that works or why that is. But this is the opposite situation that right now where they're all just gapped out, separation of about 6-8 cars between them.
Yeah, I know for me, turn 1 is my least favorite turn on this track. So my game plan into every race is going through turn 1, surviving the first lap, and then making moves after that. it looks like Evan's going to put some pressure on and try to get onto Kyle, but if he can't make the move within the next couple of laps, he's probably going to want to hold back and wait for the yellow so he can save the car and make the final.
That was my next question. How much saving do you do in something like this, kind of planning your strategy with the second half?
Yeah, they won't roast their tires as bad, so it's more about making sure that your shocks are all good towards the middle of the race. You're not going to do anything funny, no potzos, and once you hit that second half, that's really where the race begins. So the way I look at it is right now they're feeling the course out, and if a move happens, a move will happen, but the true race is really going to begin at the halfway mark.
Yeah, I want to remind all the fans that are home watching us in the live stream, again, we want to welcome you and thank you for being a part of the program here this afternoon. But just a reminder, Dave Arnold's voice did not change. We actually have a guest announcer up here who runs in the Pro Buggy division, Matt Brister. He's helping out, giving us his expert advice and his knowledge to this class. And it's great to, as an announcer or even some fans, to learn some things as we go along, listening to what you have to say. And man, you can see right there on the screen for all the fans back at home, just the gaps between each car right now is, as somebody pulls off the track right now.
Yeah, it looks like Travis Howard is off the track. Maybe he's got a mechanical going on. It looks like he's pulling up to a tow truck, so he might be done for the day or might get it refired. We will see. But that opens up a spot for LJ Kennedy to pick up a podium position, and Darren Sefton right behind him, or Darren Sefton making moves, trying to move up there too. Darren's actually out of my camp, so it's his first year racing, and he's getting this stuff figured out. You got Shane Prescott. Shane's running a very clean race right now. He's just keeping it smooth, and over the course of his career, he started out. The Funko guys told me a long time ago, it's easy to speed or to slow somebody down, and it's hard to speed them up. Darren and I's first race together, he tossed it into a wall, so he definitely needed to slow down, and it looks like he's getting the consistency in for this race.
Yeah, I've always, when talking about the Pro Buggy division, I kind of always call that the Formula One of off-road, and to me, that's got to be I've never done it, but that's got to be the hardest car to drive in all of off-road. With all the things you guys are doing inside that cockpit, and I kind of venture toward so that people kind of get an idea of tapping your head, rubbing your stomach, and then each foot beating at a different beat and doing all that. I can't even do that. Just forget about my feet.
Yeah, as far as hand-eye coordination, I'm not super stellar either, but with a lot of these cars nowadays, you drive them almost like a truck. They're running a spool or a logged rear end. It's called an X-div. So the more you're on the cutting brake, the more speed you're losing. So the harder you go into the corner and the lower you dig out of it, usually the better off you are. Comparing this class to the Pro Buggy and then to the Pro Light, what I've always noticed is the more horsepower you add, the easier you have to drive the vehicle. With these, you're 120% the entire race, and everybody's so close. With the Pro Buggy, you dial it back a little bit, and then with the Pro Light, you really dial it back, or else you'll end up tossing the truck. So these things are definitely a blast to run, but I have fun in everything that I can.
So there'll be 7 laps remaining this time by for our leaders, as LJ Kennedy just goes by the flag stand right there. Now, you've mentioned Pro Light now more than a few times in the last 5 minutes. I'm gonna lean over towards you and go, okay, what's the future hold for you?
Yeah, I've got a lot of avenues open for me right now. I'm enjoying driving the truck that I am. It's actually owned by Jim Price. They're an awesome family, so they come out and pit with us. And they race production UTV, and their daughter Sienna has a ton of spirit. So Jim decided to let me borrow that truck for a couple of years, and we've been figuring it out, getting it a little bit closer. We'll see what next year holds for me. We're definitely going to be back in the Pro Buggy. We're carrying a ton of momentum with it, and moving into another truck. Either we're going to look at a Pro Light or a Pro 2. We're open to options right now, but we have a lot of avenues we can follow.
Well, it's kind of scary to think about what the fan base is going to be like for you when that ever happens, because something about take nothing away from the car, but when you get into a truck, all of a sudden your popularity just amps up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, as far as sponsorship attention goes, I raced the Pro Buggy for around 5 years. I raced the Pro Light for 1 year, and I've never gotten this much company attention. So people do love the trucks, and to me, I love racing them. There's something about a spool rear end and not having a cutting brake to catch you. It makes the things really finicky. You've got great drivers out there like Dave Mason Jr. coming from a buggy into a Pro 2. And he finesses that thing really well, and really my biggest aspiration is to be one of the best in the buggy and then carry that momentum into a bigger truck.
Well, it looks like we're coming to the competition yellow. As they come by, there'll be 5 laps remaining. And Kyle Knott has the point. Evan Bradford still in that second spot. Shane Prescott. You mentioned 3 names at the start of the race. Those are the same damn 3 names that are at the top of the spot right now. If there ever was a race where the cream rose to the top real quick, it's definitely this one right now.
Yeah, and it's funny how the points play out too, because our top 3 in position are also our top 3 in points. So, you know, when people pack up right now, it looks like nobody's overheating, nobody's got anything weird. I think we're going to see some sparks out there, but if Evan can make a move, I know he's going to do it. And, you know, if Kyle can run away with it, you know, that's what he's going to hope to do. I know, for me, I do better chasing people, so if I was Kyle, I'd be shaking right now.
So once again, you got Kyle Knott, Evan Bradford, Shane Prescott in our top 3. Up there, I said it really fast on purpose to see if they catch up to me, and yeah, they're right there. L.J. Kennedy in the top 4, Carson Smith in that 5th spot. Darren Sefton will round out the field in the limited buggy, but then you've got Darren Sefton and Kevin Streety and Joe Whiteley all in that position in 6th, 7th, and 8th, but 1st, 2nd, and 3rd overall. 6th, 7th, and 8th overall, but 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in their class.
Yeah, going to Kevin Streety, that car is an OG 1600 desert buggy. That thing, and I beg him to let me drive it. Those things are wicked, and, you know, I've raced against a couple of them out at Laughlin and at Prim. So seeing him out here with it, Kevin's got a lot of experience, and he's probably one of the smoothest drivers that you'll see on the track.
So we got Gary Lane in the pace truck coming out of the final corner, pulling off the track, going to green this time by. There will be 4 laps remaining. With Knott, Bradford, Prescott, 1, 2, and 3 taking the green. Here we go.
Yeah, you see off the start, Bradford's putting a lot of pressure on Knott. So right now it's all a mental game. What you want to do is you want to get on him and you want to let him know that you're there and hope that he makes a mistake. On a track like Glen Helen, you don't have a lot of opportunity to dive under somebody, so really your biggest chance to make a pass is if somebody blows a corner.
Yeah, and the thing is, you don't see these cars bike up on 2 wheels very often, at least at that kind of mistake. And there's a good indication right now on the screen to where the dark spots are on the racetrack, and that's what these guys are looking for. The little darker areas where it's got the traction, a little bit of the moisture. And you can see it come out of the corners there. But, I mean, you're as a driver, what do you think the track's been like this weekend? You consider the sun, the wind, and the fact that we haven't had a whole lot of dust this weekend.
Yeah, you know, you fight a lot of factors, and especially in the later races when the sun's coming down, you have spots on the track where it's so dark you can't see the holes, and then other spots where the sun's in your face and you can't see the track. So between fighting that, and then I know yesterday in the Pro Buggy was a really wet race, so I think a lot of it was getting it ready for the trucks out there, but you know, everybody's on the same track and everybody's got to adapt to it, and that's what makes Shortcourse so much fun.
Great. Once again, the drone pilots are just providing fantastic footage. What's really neat is, I don't know if you caught it yesterday at all, but probably not, but the drones are actually following the cars on top for a lap at a time. And that's really cool because now we get to watch you and your lines, what you're searching for, because we're right above looking down. Yeah. What is it? You know, it's so neat to be able to see that.
You know, I don't think media coverage has ever been done like this. Great American Shortcourse is doing an awesome thing. You're getting to look inside of the vehicles and you're getting to see the driver's hands. And, you know, a lot of people want to look at the bigger picture, but if you watch the driver's hands, you'll be able to tell kind of how experienced they are with it. Usually if they're chopping a lot, you know, they're not going to be running at the front. And, you know, being able to, you know, sneak a peek from the drone shot like this is really giving me insight into how these guys are driving out there now. So maybe we'll bring my limited buggy back out next year, dice with them a little bit more. I think I could give Kyle a run for his money.
So what you're saying is a possibility you could be out here in three classes next year.
Yeah, 2 vehicles is tough. 3 vehicles is almost impossible. But the benefit of it, the flipped coin, is you get a lot of laps in here. And by that 3rd race, I've already gotten more laps than anybody else in the field. So, it's definitely a possibility. And this class too is just so much fun for me to be out there. So, we'll see what we can do with it.
So the white flag is out, waving in the air right now, this time by Kyle Knott will takes the white. Bradford, Kennedy, Prescott, Carson Smith, our leader right now in the desert car. Kevin Streety going by in the second desert car.
Yeah, it looks like LJ made some moves and he got up there. He's not used to the short course stuff. Back when he worked with Mike Valentine, me and him would hang out a lot, so it's fun for me to watch him out there actually getting his feet wet with it. I hope he can stick with it, actually. It'd be a great experience for me to be out there with him.
Going into the final turn, Kyle Knott has the spot. Nobody's even near down the front straightaway. He's pointed at the flag stand.
Bradford pops a huge bike right there. I don't know if the cameras caught that, but he caught that thing quick. He looked like R.J. Anderson. So there's way to go. These cars are not easy to catch. But congratulations to Kyle Knott on his, rounding out his podium, picking up another championship. I'm a little envious, and I hope he sticks in the car. Next year, I'd like to give him a run for his money.
So once again, Kyle Knott will take the win. Evan Bradford second. LJ Kennedy finishing the top 3. As they cross the line, Carson Smith will take the win in the 1600 Desert Buggy class. Kevin Streety will be second in that division, as well as Joe Whiteley will finish in 3rd. So Dave Arnold's on his way now down towards the podium one more time. We'll get the 6 drivers up to the podium. That will take care of our first session of main events here this morning. We'll take about an hour break, have a chapel service, grab something to eat, come back for our second half, and then we're going to see this guy up here, Matt Brister, in the Pro Buggy division, and best of luck in that, man. I'm sure we're going to have a screaming crowd, and you guys putting on one hell of a show for the final race this year.
Yeah, we're going to go button some stuff up with it in the truck, and then we'll be out here. I got to thank all the viewers for watching Great American Shortcourse. It means a lot for all of us. Thank you, Scott, Lee Perfect, all of the staff here for letting me take a view from this side of the field.
Anytime you want to come up here, it'll be fantastic because we learned so much from drivers, and specifically you added so much to this race and your insight. And basically, we're going to take a little bit of what you told us and watch for that in your race. So thank you for coming up here. Once again, that's Matt Brister. He's running for a championship in the Pro Buggies later on this afternoon. And thank you for coming up, and don't be afraid to do so from this point on, man. Thanks a lot, bud.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
For the fans back at home, there's kind of a cool shot from one of our drones looking straight down at our top 3 finishers in each class as they go to the podium. But once again, let's see, we've got Dave Arnold. He's down there and ready to go. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. That, you looked, after that, what I just saw, we need a bobblehead doll of Dave Arnold. That's exactly what you look like. But the belly's got to roll with the head, though.
I lost that, though.
Well, see, again, all these stairs you've been climbing this weekend are setting you up for a really good Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, really.
So once again, we'll turn it down to Dave Arnold, our top 3 finishers in the 1600 desert cars and limited buggies.
All right, it sounds like that's a one goes screaming by here. But we've got, of course, Kyle Knott, Evan Bradford, and LJ Kennedy. And we're going to have Carson Smith and Kevin Streety and Joe Whiteley. We'll go ahead and bring up the limited buggy drivers here. Get Kyle, Evan, and LJ up here. All right. Well, first of all, I want to start you off, LJ, with the $100. Well, it's kind of the swan song, man. The last hoorah of the buggy out there, and weren't sitting in that position, but you fought your way up to it.
Yeah, exactly. Just got a bad second turn there, and I think I over-rotated and couldn't correct from it. And kids tell me just be patient, let's get to the halfway caution, and then we'll see where we're at from there. So we did, and we just kind of drove it around, and we were able enough to catch back up with some of these guys and make a run for it. And
there you are on the box.
Yeah. Great.
Well, who do you got to thank for this?
Once again, all my friends and family that come out and help, support, all that. My wife, of course, for everything she does. She's the boss of everybody, so, it's good to have her out and supporting us and everything. So, Kennedy Equipment, General Tire, forgot to thank them yesterday. It was from Awesome Tires. Competitive edge for the motor again. I mean, with the power it's got, makes it a little easy to try to catch up with it. Dirt bags, BP Fuels, everybody that comes out and supports, I really do appreciate it. DSP, Plumbing, Donnie, thank you guys. Awesome job to Cars here to wrap it up. Way to go.
There he is, LJ Kennedy, everybody. Third place, going to move it on over. I keep on going the wrong way. Forget the trophies are over there. So, $150 for Evan Bradford. Wait for it. Okay. She said she wants her loudest fan award.
Yeah, she definitely has it.
So, tell me about the race out here. I know you're chasing down Kyle, trying to get him, a little redemption for yesterday, but so great to see really taking to this limited buggy class very well.
Yeah, Kyle's super fast, clean, consistent. He's a really good driver. That was the goal for the weekend, was end up on the box, chase him down, try to win. He's a good driver. He got it. Congrats to him. But I'm pretty happy with the second place. I got second place in the championship for the season, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, awesome job, and I know you got some people to thank for it.
Yeah, got to thank Beanie, CarTech, PCI, All of Gas, K&N, Sunoco Race Fuel, ORW, General Tire, Mike Meehan, whole Meehan crew, putting together a motor package that within my second year I can run up front with these guys. I've been doing this for a while. All my friends, family, my dad, all the late nights, my girlfriend for late nights and weekends I've had to spend working on the race car, and just everybody else supporting me.
There he is, second place. And once again, Evan Bradford, $250 there to Kyle Knott, and I believe that wraps this one up for you. And not only the win, but you're going to take this one all the way to the championship.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped to bring home the championship for General Tire and Competitive Edge. The track was super fun. It wasn't real ruddy. It was nice. Just ran clean and up front and kept the suit and the car clean. I couldn't do it without all my friends that come out. My cousin Don for driving the trailer out. My girlfriend Emma for cooking all the food all weekend. And man, I can't do it without everyone that comes out to support me, and especially my great sponsors like General Tire, Competitive Edge Engines, Maxima Racing Oil, Skyline Fabrication, King Shocks, Desolate Motorsports. They're going to help me build a pretty sweet F-150 in the future. And everyone else, thank you.
There he is, Kyle Knott. I always thought he was crazy for getting that white suit before, but now he stays out front, keeps it clean. But let's give it up for LJ Kennedy once again, Evan Bradford, and Kyle Knott taking the top honors here, not only in the race, sweeping the weekend, but the championship. So we're going to bring up Carson Smith and Kevin and Joe. Well, you can almost hear a pin drop. It's pretty quiet. Not used to that. All right, first of all, Joe, a $100 gift card there to K&N. So I don't know. Right here in my wallet. Maybe just say the cannon off my truck. So, talk about the series. The whole year and the series, and then finishing it up today.
It's just been a points chase like all season long. It came down today was, I think, about a 6-point lead for second place. Carson wrapped up, I believe, first place unofficially. But I was just trying to hang in there, get second place championship. And my car's having some motor trouble, so I was running on 2 cylinders today. That's why I was going so slow. No excuses, but I'm going to fire the engine mechanic. That's me. Anyway, it was good racing all season. Lee put on some really good races. Victorville was a cool place. I really liked Victorville. Out here is really good, but there's no water, there's no trash cans. We need to fix that. But anyway, it's a great time racing all season, and I'll turn it over to the next second place.
Good effort, Joe Whiteley, everybody. Great job. We're going to move it on to Kevin Streety here. Kevin, another great year to finish it up on the box once again.
Yeah, it was a real good year, and everything went just fine. The race much better today than it did yesterday, so I was happy on that. And the racing was real good this whole year.
Well, I'm going to make it a little bit better there. How about $150 from K&N to get you ready for next year?
Yeah, we'll try and get it all done for next year.
Awesome. Who'd you like to thank for being here?
I thank Ken Lothringer for spotting for me, and everybody at Lothringer Engineering for all their help, and everybody at the Gas Series for putting on a great race and at the Twin Helen here. It was good.
Kevin Streety, everybody's second place, and not only does he sweep the weekend, he wraps up that points championship. And Carson, you got to be feeling good, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great feeling. First year, first time driving the car. I mean, wrap it up unofficially, so yeah.
Pretty much, I think, looking at the points, it was pretty good there. You finished on top. So what are your plans for next year?
Plan to move up, so hopefully getting in a faster car, different car, try something new, move limited buggy, so yeah.
Very awesome. Who do you got to thank for being here?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, General Tire, the Kennedys, again, for letting me drive their car, Donnie Smith Plumbing, AIC, Sunoco, PCI, and Gordon Feed.
Good effort, Carson Smith, everybody. Awesome job wrapping up that championship here, taking the win. Sweep of the weekend. Once again, Joe Whiteley, Kevin Streety, and Carson Smith on top of the box. Scott, back up to you for the break.
Congratulations, guys. All 6 of them are top 3 finishers in both buggy classes. Like Dave just kind of alluded to, that this will take care of our session number 1 of main events here this morning. As we get ready for the finals here this afternoon, we're going to take a quick break, some track work in, get the guys some lunch and some water and some hydration before we go back out again this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back at 12:15 going live one more time. As for all the fans at home, there's our final points chase in the championship for the limited buggies, which is Kyle Knott with 426, Kevin Bradford 395, and Shane Prescott with 358. So there's our season-ending points championship points chase and our champion. Again, here's also in our 1600 buggy desert class, Carson Smith with 433, Joe Whiteley 402, Kevin Streety with 397, and that is our finals points chase going into the championship here this afternoon. So Carson Smith is your 2021 1600 buggy champion. Again, we'll be back at 12:15 for all the fans back at home that watch us on live stream. Make sure and come back. Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat place. We'll see you at 12:15.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and welcome to Palms River Resort. Palms is a 5-star lifestyle community where you'll make lifelong friends. I mean, some of my favorite things to do are obviously building memories with the family, We get out in the side-by-sides. Of course, I like riding my dirt bike in the hills and taking off in the desert. But I mean, family time in the boat, man, you can't beat it.